Hi, and welcome back to Final Fantasy VII Replay. Big events last time at the Forgotten Capital, or the Forgotten City as the game lists it here. The result of which is that we know a little more about what Sephiroth is planning. We know he's heading north, so without further ado, let's head north. So we're going to follow Red's nose, or Cloud's connection to Sephiroth. Alright, so we're going to climb this cave. Grab some treasure. We emerge into the ice and snow. This is Icicle Inn. Let's explore. We can. Let's see, home movies. That is Falna, Aerith's mother. Which means that the scientist with her is Professor Gast, who was studying the Cetra. So Falna says, 2,000 years ago, the Cetra heard the cries of the planet, learned that there had been a wound, and so they gathered at the Knowles Pole. And I wonder if that's a mistranslation of North Pole. In any case. Falna says this area in the north, near the pole, is the Knowles Pole. Cetra did a planet reading, and they found that something had fallen from the sky, making a large wound which is now known as the North Crater. Thousands of Cetra pulled together, trying to help create spirit energy, well, probably gather spirit energy, meaning life stream for the planet to use to heal the wound. But because the wound was so severe, the planet hasn't been able to fully heal even after all this time. So she says what the Cetra did is they cultivated the land, helped life to survive, and because life creates life stream, that's how they cultivated it. So snow doesn't melt here because the land is being sucked dry of all warmth. And Falna says that's because the planet is taking the spirit energy and using it to keep the wound, or try to heal the wound. Which meant that the Cetra were stuck in the land of ice and snow and frozen and eventually died out. Okay, it appeared, says Falna, the thing that injured the planet, the crisis from the sky. It looks like their loved ones, old friends, lost family, calling to them. Sounds like a shapeshifter. A creature from beyond. So an alien entity. So when Cetra approached it, the creature would take them, and they became the creature too. Infected everything and used the victims to get close to others. The thing called it communion. Once it had seized a victim, they were forever lost to the planet. Body, spirit, memories, it took everything. So the calamity or the crisis from the sky, I don't know if this ever becomes explicit later, but it's implied to be Genova. And we learn here that Genova can shapeshift and infect other creatures and control them, and that those infected creatures, I don't know if the lore on the game agrees on this, but the infected creatures, it mentions that their spirit energy was taken, so they can't really become part of the life stream, is what it sounds like, but I don't know if that's accurate given some other things that happen. Anyway, what is weapon? So the crisis from the sky and the mimics it created were assimilating life. The planet could sense it, had to produce something to fight it off. It created living weapons the planet could act through to annihilate its enemies. So weapons, capital W, hunted down agents of the calamity. But then, weapon was infected by Genova. Until Cetra defeated weapon. Okay, yep, so she says it explicitly here. Those infected by the calamity can't return to the life stream. Same thing applies to weapons. Because it can't be converted back into spirit energy, it's dormant somewhere. Foreshadowing! She mentions the planet is suffering and wants everything to end. Confidential. Daughter's record. 10th day. What are you doing, Professor? I mean, honey? So, Professor Gast and Ifalna had a daughter. Who we know to be Aerith. Okay, and they're sort of making fun of the... when the game was originally translated, Aerith was named Eris, ending in S rather than TH. Anyway. So Professor Gast was Aerith's father. And we know that Sephiroth was acquainted with Professor Gast and respected him highly. One of the things he says in the basement of Shinra Manor during Cloud's flashback is he questions why Professor Gast either left or died. Aerith will be the last Cetra. I wonder what dangers await her. Well, we have some idea. Shinra soldiers and a young Hojo who has been searching for Gast. Okay, so Gast left Shinra. Possibly because they wanted to experiment on Ifalna, possibly because he met Ifalna. It's not clear here. But Hojo tracked them. Hojo always going on about his precious samples. So the implication there is that soldiers killed Gast. Hojo takes Ifalna and Aerith, watches Gast's videos to learn about the ancient and weapon, cementing that Hojo is, let's just say, a big jerk. Making a snowman. Cool. We've got a map here that will surely come in handy later. Great Glacier. Holtzoff is the climber that we're looking for, hey? Oh, he offers to give us the map. Excellent. What's a bummer? The gnarly slopes are off limits. Boo. Look, Yuffie, you're the one who wanted to come along. Nobody asked you. What's going on back here? Uh-oh. Elena of the Turks. Shinra on our trail. Oh no, they have 2 guards with them. Whatever will we do? Guts messing up her boss. Excuse me, we didn't mess up Sung. He picked a fight with Sephiroth and got stabbed. Kind of a thing that happens to people around Sephiroth. Huh. Well, that must have been a pretty forceful punch because she slipped and went rolling off down the hill. so we're gonna... A safe way to get down the hill is snowboarding, apparently. Yeah, the game can kind of bounce back and forth tone-wise. I mean, we had some very serious stuff happen last episode, and there's not a lot of time between then and right now. We get this sort of silly bit with Elena. And of course, right before that, we saw the more serious stuff with Professor Gast and Ifalna and Hojo, so... Alright, this was the snowboarding kid's house, I think. Hey kid, can we borrow your snowboard? Here we go. Alright, that's how we jump. Okay, avoid whatever those are. Got balloons to pick up. Don't hit the snowmen. Use the shoulder buttons to be more, turn more sharply. Yeah, I'm not very good at this. Whee! Alright, not my best, but we made it. So I know there's gameplay and story segregation. The question becomes, like, did everybody snowboard down the hill? So if we had, like, a party of 7 or 8 snowboarders just going down, was it a giant snowboard and everybody was really hanging on behind cloud, but we just didn't see it? These are the questions that I have. Snow in your ear. Oh, sorry, Red, that's no fun. I have a feeling this is going to involve a lot of wandering around and either map making or looking at game facts or something. Maybe I'll do that part off camera. It's too bad the map doesn't show us where we are on the map. Okay, found a cave after touching the hot spring. I'm pretty sure that's not a filthy, dirty hot spring. Well, apparently we're gonna have to show them what for. It's a ghost! Wow, I was not expecting that. Oh, that's... okay. I was afraid it was going to start us all the way back at Icicle Inn. So this must be Holtzhoff. He rescued us. So he and his friend Yamsky tried to climb Gaea's cliff. There was a cold wind, lowers your body temperature. Yamsky cut his own rope to make sure Holtzhoff could finish the climb. 2 precautions. First, check your route, which we can do with B, and then raise our body temperature, which we can do with X. Okay. Yes, we've got it. Okay, what is it, Barrett? So let's see, Barrett says that they're fighting for the planet, but in a place like this where nature is so powerful, it feels like the planet is fighting them, which makes him think he would want to change this place, maybe to make it more livable. And then he thinks that that's what Shinra is doing, except that's not what they're doing, Barrett. What they're doing is exploiting a non-renewable natural resource for their own greed. Yeah, if you had an airship, we could just fly over this. The entire area is tainted. So Vincent seems to know a little bit of the history that we saw in Professor Gast's house. Oh, and Ketchi tells us Rufus is going to arrive here soon. So we must have gotten a report from Elena that pointed them in the direction. Alright, so I'm not going to explore the entirety of the glacier on camera. I'll do the treasure hunting offline and pick this back up in a bit. Okay, we're done exploring the glacier. I've gotten the treasure I think there is to get. Let's keep going. Scale Gaea's cliff. Oh, that's right, we gotta keep our body temperature up. I assume that's degrees Celsius. I like the subtle bits of color in the cliff face there. Oh, we made it inside. Hey, when you see a rock, you gotta push it over. Take that, icicles. Are they still icicles if they're growing up? I guess maybe they're crystals. Given how strong we are, it kind of seems like we could have taken care of the crystals with our sword. Oh, and we are back outside. I don't remember what temperature we freeze if we drop below. It just feels it's a good strategy to warm up at every ledge landing. Okay, new cave. We're a new part of the same cave. Got some big old holes in the ground. And a path we can't get through yet. Ooh, and a save point. This looks a bit nippy. We are awfully high up with clouds or fog or mountains in the background there. Oh, our most dangerous foe yet. Giant icicle. Alright, we beat up that icicle. He was asking for it. Ah, and it falls down. So that's how we're eventually going to get across. But which icicle is it? I don't know. There's treasure on the left. I want the treasure. Let's keep going. That is the last icicle. I guess they're not all they're cracked up to be. Yep. Sure, let's jump down. Whee! Okay, what awaits us? But it's something awesome! Or a boss fight. Or an awesome boss fight. More treasure. It seems like we could have just jumped across that gap there. Save point. Yep, definitely a boss fight coming up. Let's tackle it, and then that'll probably be a good time to call it a session. Oh, it's a black cloaked figure. And something isn't happy with it. If only we had time to pick up this materia first. Tuffering, T-O-U-P-H. I wonder if that's supposed to be tough, like T-O-U-G-H. Alright, one head's down, but so is red. We should take care of this. I think this'll do it. That was a tough one. That might have been the toughest fight so far. Alright, let's go save and call it a day. We have trekked through a lot of ice and snow and wind this playthrough. This session, I guess. But I think we're about to emerge from the ice and snow and reach the North Crater. But we will tackle that next time. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and hope to see you for the next one. Bye.